go, losing self-control. I keep telling myself, but I don't wanna let you know. Is this what we become? Strangers on the run, looking for something, chasing the sun. All those days, trying to find a place, a place where you make them just be alone, alone. All those nights, lying by your side, like it's a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight.
Hey now, I'm Bobby Narco.
And I am Sonia Blade.
We are coming up for the 7th, 8th match here in the 2019 Men's Roller Derby Association Championship. Our most excellent producer today is Brad Example, and spinning all the knobs and twisting the dials and making us sound and look good is the inimitable Leslie Nope with 5on5 Media.
On loan to us from the Parks and Rec Department.
There you go. Take a quick tour. Friday, there were a couple upsets on Friday. Denver beat Austin. Texas beat Southern Discomfort. Of the teams that are skating, Golden State beat Montpelier on Friday, but then they lost to Magic City, the number 2 seed, that evening. Golden State beat Austin on Saturday to advance to this round. And then for Golden State also dropped to Southern Discomfort. And then for Manchester, they lost to Vancouver on Friday, and they lost to Denver. Denver's been a juggernaut this weekend. They lost to Denver yesterday, and those have been their only 2 games. So Manchester looking for their first win of the weekend.
Yeah, interesting fact. Both of these teams coming in of their regular season with a record of 6-1. Manchester falling to 6-3 so far in this tournament. Golden State bringing their total up to 8-2.
Actually, I miscounted that one. You just pointed out that other one. They're 8-3. Golden State's 8-3. Manchester 6-3. Let's go through the rosters if you want. You want to take us through Manchester?
Absolutely. Skating for the New World Order in maroon, we've got number 05, Fish, your captain. Number 06, Rufio. 1, Don Gingiovanni. Number 10, Optimus Grime. 12, Gig. 15, Peter Parker. 1997, Cloud Strike. 2, Shrooms. 43, Scotty Dog. Number 50, Rosie Peacock. 51, Richie Rampage. 57, Wolf. 672, Gazooka. Number 9, Velociraptor. And number 95, McLeod.
And coaches for Manchester are Fisher, Hawley, Jag, and Ska.
Yes, thank you.
And then over on Golden State, coming from Los Angeles, California, number 063, Bumper Car. Number 11, Benjamin. Number 1172, that's Vic. Number 33, Scotty Trippin. Number 5, Wyatt. Number 55, Creepy Taco. Number 58, Studley Do-Right. Number 6 is Worthy. Number 714, Plumber. Number 74, Beat 'em a Lark. Number 89, Speed Bryu. Number 9, Kamakanji. Number 93, Waterboy. Number 99, Big Spoon. And the coaches are the nice one, Hurt Macklin and B-Rad. Colors are going to be Golden State's going to be in predominantly white with maroon jerseys and some navy trim.
We've got some nicely coordinated uniforms here. New World Order sporting the same shade of maroon as the Golden State numbers.
Yeah, it is nice. You pointed that out earlier.
Nicely well accessorized.
Yes, it's do not adjust the color or adjust the color until it looks as beautiful to you as it does to us. Let's get out to the action on the track. Looks like we're ready to go. We'll take you to the officials when we have a convenient stoppage of play. Can you see who's out there on the jammer line right now?
We've got Fish jamming for New World Order, picking up a cut track penalty that'll give Kamakanji a chance to secure that lead for the first power jam of the game. Shrooms getting a piece of Kamakanji's speed, but coming out with that lead status nonetheless. Heat setting up at the back, holding back Cloud Strike, maintaining that pack definition, and New World Order 3-wall force to let Kamakanji go for a full 4-point pass.
Yeah, both teams focusing almost exclusively on stopping the jammer. There's a wall at the top, there's a wall at the back. Jammer for New World Order standing in the box, now re-entering play. That is our 808 roller skate penalty box.
Yes, thank you for that sponsorship that we acquired yesterday. Fish back into action. Golden State 3-wall set up at the back, ready and waiting. Gazooka is forced to let Kamakanji go at the front.
Star has been passed to number 2 on the New World Order. That is Shrooms, donning the spangled helmet cover for Manchester. Cut track coming in.
Just as Shrooms got that helmet cover on in place with stars visible, Kamakanji calls that one to an end.
Richie Rampage to the 808 roller skate penalty box on a track cut. Tallies in. Points coming in, what is that, 3? 14.
14 points for the Heat in that jam. New World Order held at 0. They're going to send out Rufio with a star up against Worthy.
Worthy having a great weekend. Rufio not having a bad weekend either. Both of these teams skated previously. All right.
That's number 89, Speed Bryu, with a bump out on Rufio, taking him the long way back behind that jammer line. And Worthy at the top of the pack, getting lead status for Golden State.
Penalty came in. I don't see anybody leaving. Maybe it was waved off. A high block coming in.
Like
and
Worthy.
It's on the jammer. It's on the New World Order jammer. 2 jams in a row that the Manchester jammer has gone to the penalty box.
Worthy took a trip to that infield and almost called it off. Only did the single tap, so not the complete call off. Opting to stick it out on the track and score some more points with Rufio in the box.
Wyatt to the penalty box on a direction of play. I didn't see the call. This Manchester blocker, number 1, Don Gingiovanni, is a direction of play. Oh, Leslie's giving us the penalties. Is that what you're saying?
The name on our scoreboard on the screen was different than the one on the scoreboard behind me.
Oh, I see.
It was interesting.
All right.
No harm, no foul.
There you go. New World Order looking for their first points of the game, but it's going to be tough to get with the jammer in the box. Number 11 on the track is Benjamin.
Benjamin was just a powerhouse yesterday. I don't think...
And didn't come out until like the second half. They spent most of the first half without Benjamin out there. Benjamin picks up lead.
Benjamin proving to be a triple threat on this track. He will go back-to-back jams, blocking, jamming. He has boundless amounts of energy.
Yeah. That was a fun game working with you yesterday when Los Angeles, when Golden State played
the Austin Anarchy, I believe.
Yes. Points coming in. Let's see. 4 on the board.
4 going to Golden State. New World Order still looking to score some points, but with our 808 roller skate penalty box currently sitting empty, that'll give us a full 5-on-5 for the next jam. New World Order is going to send out Velociraptor up against Kamakanji, both donning the number 9.
Yeah, 9 versus 9.
Pack positioning themselves at the pivot line gives the jammers a running start.
Nice move around the outside by Kamakanji, picking up lead. Penalty box is empty. Everybody's out there either in turn 2 or on the backstretch.
A solid 3-wall anchored by Plummer on behalf of Golden State Heat. Velociraptor pushing with all of his might. He's going to get some assistance from McLeod.
Yeah, nice block by Manchester, keeping that jammer bottled up. Same thing at the top of the pack. Oh, and number 89 touches down. That Speed Bryu touches to the infield, and that releases the jammer. No longer cutting anybody if the blocker is out of play.
Speed Bryu tried to keep that one hand down, couldn't quite maintain his balance, so the second hand had to come out, and that meant
Velociraptor took off.
Right off.
Saw it happen. 3 more points for the Heat. 4 more points for the 2 more points for the
2, 3, 2, 4, 1. We don't know.
2 more points for the Heat, bring them up to 24.
It looks like
we're having a little bit of scoreboard issues.
0.
No,
okay.
We're going by the we got to go by the scoreboard in the venue. Are they seeing the scoreboard at home? They are. Okay, so if we say something that's different from what you're saying, we're going off the scoreboard in the venue, and that's what we're going by at the game. That's a track cut called on Worthy. First jammer penalty of the game for Golden State.
So that'll leave Optimus Grime on a power jam, who secures lead for New World Order, and they are going to put their points on the board. First points of the game.
First jam of the game for Optimus Grime, and first lead of the game for the New World Order.
Speed Bryu taking a piece of Optimus Grime's speed, but Optimus Grime powers through, secures the full 4.
Pivot for Golden State has headed to the penalty box. Didn't see the call.
And Worthy serving the remaining seconds in the box, but will have to take the long way back around the opposite side of the track.
Yeah, heading back to turn 1.5, as Johnny Pepper said yesterday. Track cut again.
Optimus Grime trying to save that one, trying to recycle himself, but the penalty had been called, so off to that 808 roller skate penalty box he goes.
This will go the full 2. Our first 2-minute jam.
Worthy taking a brief trip to that outfield, but quick to get back into action. Spins past Shrooms, gets through for the initial for the Heat.
4-arm penalty sends Cloud Strike to the 808 roller skate penalty box.
Penalty box.
It is full of maroon jerseys. And Worthy taking full advantage of the paucity of maroon jerseys on the track. Illegal contact called, adding insult. There's not going to be any room with it. Now there is. Now there's a seat open. Only one blocker on the track. That's Gazuka. Manchester does have their jammer out there, but Worthy just put points on the board like a fiend.
Optimus Grime fighting with all of his might, takes a head up by Big Spoon. Big Spoon trying to bridge back, but Optimus had already secured that point. Optimus taking a trip to that outfield, and that'll bring our jam to a conclusion.
A dozen points on the board for the Heat. That is their second highest tally of the game, most since the first jam of the game. Brings them up to 36. That represents a third of their score. 7 points on the board. Their first points of the game represents the high mark for them. Like to give some love to 187 Killer Pads. 187 Killer Pads, designed, tested, and trusted by top pros since 1989. That's 187 Killer Pads. Hey, we have a stoppage of play. It is a timeout. It is a New Wheeled Order taking their first team timeout. And why don't I go through the officials while we have this stoppage of play?
Yeah, let's show our officials some love. They've been working hard all weekend.
We have, don't call them Crew 2. All the crews are the same. We have McNinja's crew and we have Kelsey Grammer's crew. We have McNinja, Ninja Sassum, Carmen Dragon, Valerito, doesn't matter, PK Biddy, Kyla Ref, and Leah Davidson. Off skates, Kelsey Grammer, Chanel No Die, Chanel Number Die, Uberlicious, Galvatron, Kim Probable, Miss Fury, Margie Ram, and Talia Up. That's a scorekeeper name, I guess. I'll tally up your points. Tally up.
Seems fitting enough.
Well, there you go. Those are our officials. Thank you to our officials. Clock is frozen with 22 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in regulation.
Golden State is going to start with the pack advantage. 2 blockers from New Wheeled Order in our 808 roller skate penalty box. We've got Rufio and Kamakanji. They were neck and neck on that jammer line. Kamakanji opting to start a little further back.
Kamakanji's 2 for 2 out there. Rufio 0 for 2 out there. Started 1 from the penalty box.
Kamakanji doing a barrel roll over the leg of Don Gingiovanni had secured that lead status that'll enable him to leave that pack, not get bridged back.
New Wheeled Order losing Don Gingiovanni to the 808 roller skate penalty box. So still 2 red jerseys. They just can't get a full contingent of blockers out there.
Rufio removing that star, but got out of the pack, so we'll opt to put it back on and hopefully score points, but not because Kamakanji will see that threat, bring that jam to an end.
Sweet spin move. It's a total of 8. It brings the Golden State Heat up to 44. No points on the board for the New Wheeled Order for the 5th time this game. Keeps them at 7 points.
Looks like New Wheeled Order is going to send out Fish with the star, facing off against Worthy. Fish has just been awesome to watch all weekend. He does this little shimmy move when he's happy. It just very much personifies his derby name.
Fish was our jammer in the first jam of the game, but this is only the second appearance out on the jammer line for Fish. He's looking for his first lead of the game. Worthy already 2 for 3 on the jammer line. 1 for 2 on the jammer line.
Fish bumping Worthy out, opting not to bridge him back, and then Worthy pushing Fish to the outside, and Golden State with the run back on that one. Now Cloud Strike will bridge Worthy back behind that jammer line, not making this an easy initial pass for either jammer. And of course, as I say that, Fish gets a little push forward, courtesy of Plummer, securing lead for New Wheeled Order.
Forearm penalty assessed to Big Spoon. He will report to the 808 roller skate penalty box for 20 seconds more.
Don Gingiovanni making sure Worthy had to bridge back as far as possible. Fish at the top of the pack. Plummer was the last line of defense on that one, but Fish prevailed, swimming up the middle.
Swimming up the middle. Scores right now are multiples of 11, but that is changing even as we speak. 4 more points on the board. That is an 8-point pass. That is the biggest scoring pass of the game, of the scoring jam of the game so far for Manchester, and they're not done yet.
It's not over yet. We've still got time left in this jam, and it is all in control of Fish, who coming in for another scoring pass. Golden State Heat setting up, ready and waiting, where they got knocked to that infield, having a tough time getting out of this pack.
They've nearly tripled their score by the time the scoring pass. Ooh!
Shrooms coming in to split the Golden State tripod apart.
Yeah, the pivot's face came in contact with the blocker's elbow, but the way I saw it, he kind of slammed his face into the elbow. He's lucky he didn't get a blocking with the head call.
Absolutely. It kind of just looked like he ran into a brick wall.
Shroom's talking it over with doesn't matter, but doesn't matter. Just gives a little head shake.
Doesn't matter living up to his own name.
14 points on the board. They do triple their score. That is the high mark of the day for Manchester. High mark of the ties the high mark that was set in jam number 1 by Golden State. So each team with a 14-point jam. Golden State held off the scoreboard for the first time today.
Yep, New World Order almost at exactly half of the points Golden State currently has. But as we've seen time and time again this weekend, no lead has been secure.
Right? That last game was incredible, the way Montpellier came back. Jammer penalty called. What is it? It is a track cut on Benjamin. Oh, it looks like our scoreboard's back up and synced with the viewers at home.
Velociraptor fighting at the front of the pack. Speed Ryu will be the last line of defense for Golden State. Velociraptor getting lead from New World Order, hoping to chip away at that Golden State lead.
That's 2 in a row. 3 of the last 4. They had gone 4 jams without getting lead, and now all of a sudden, here they are getting the majority of the leads the next 4 jams. Misconduct is the call. Probably blocking an out-of-play skater or leaving your feet to initiate contact. That's number 33 reporting on the misconduct. Scotty Trippin. 4-point pass for Velociraptor.
Benjamin off of his penalty, but New World Order with a solid 3-wall at the back of the pack, rotating furiously in front.
Did you see that toe-step work around turn number 4? Like a wizard, like a Walenda performing a ballet on a tightrope. 8 points brings the New World Order up to 29, and look out, here they come. No points once again. Heat's held scoreless back-to-back jams. 9 playing 10.
Yep, we've got Kamakanji on the side for Golden State Heat. Optimus Grime with his flowing ponytail and beard majestically flowing in the breeze. Trying to find room on that outside lane. Whitney Plummer there to shut it down.
What's that? 3 in a row, you say? 3 in a row it is. Golden State had the first 4 in a row, so that's the longest streak of the game. But New World Order, 3/4 of the way there.
Look at that. Optimus Grime gets out of the pack, secures lead, holds back Kamakanji enough for his blocker buddies to come up and trap him once again. That'll allow Optimus Grime to lap Kamakanji if Kazuka can hold him back, but Kazuka forced to let him go at the out-of-play point.
Multiplayer block assessed to number 063 Bumper Car. They'll be serving a minute, 30 seconds in the 808 roller skate penalty box. Crowd responds to the points going up. Let's see what they are. Once again, we have multiples of 11. It is 33 playing 44. But it was 44-11, and now it's 33-44. Way to come it back, Manchester. That is a 22-point comeback over the course of the last 4 jams.
We're about to head into jam number 10. We're going to see Rufio against Waterboy on the Golden State side. Rufio hugging that outside line, but Speed Ryu shutting it down. Rufio at the top of the pack. Speed Ryu trying to prevent him from getting through lane number 1. It did not work as well that time. New World Order losing number 1-5 Peter Parker to the penalty box.
And
will be
Waterboy on a track cut. Waterboy's first jam of the game. But I did hear, I got to the venue a little early this morning, and I heard other skaters saying, how do you plan to skate against Waterboy? And that's a compliment when other skaters are like, what's your plan of action for this guy? That means you have hit their radar. 4 points on the board for the Mancunians brings the New World Order up to 37. And Golden State has not put points on the board in the last 4 jams.
Mancunians. I have never heard that term before.
I learned it in 2018 at the Women's Roller Derby World Cup, which was hosted by the fine Manchester Roller Derby League.
We've got Fish in the pack, swimming his way up the middle again, securing lead for New World Order.
Gently down the stream.
That'll be lead number 5 in a row for Manchester.
Waterboy starting from the penalty box, but standing there.
Golden State with a beautiful 2-wall formation at the front, starting to get a little bit split up, and that allows Fish to get through for 4.
Yeah, we were all the way from turn 3.5 to the jammer line. Penalty picked up. It's a back block. It's a, what is the...
That'll be Waterboy getting sent off.
What's the gesture? Was it a back block? I was screened from it most of the time. I think it was a back block. So 3 jams in a row for Waterboy, two in a row starting from the penalty box. 4 more points for the New Wheeled Order brings them up to 41. We have a 3-point game.
Oh, it is a 1-point
Holy
game,
cow.
Bobby.
Good eye there, Sonia. Great catch. I work in erasable ink. That's a wonderful thing. It makes me able to fix that. It is a skate lace thin 1-point game. Talk about 888. The certified sweat saver helmets have different shell sizes and plush thick liners that give you 16 custom sizing options. Find your fit with 888.
Gig powering through that pack. Golden State not able to put on enough brakes to keep him at bay. Gig securing lead.
Waterboy will be 0 for 3 upon exiting that box. Well, even before exiting that box, can't get lead, is already 0 for 3. 4-point pass. We have a lead change.
New World Order doing a beautiful job maintaining that pack definition at the back, but they let Vic go, and he will join his floor wall from the heat at the front as Gig comes in on a scoring pass.
Everybody bottled up there, but a high block called on Waterboy. 3 jammer penalties on consecutive jams to Waterboy.
Golden State rotating furiously in the front of the tripod. Gig gets bumped to the outside, opts not to recycle back, and will call that one off. Picks up 3 more, bringing Manchester to an even 50.
And that, I count jam number 1 as a lead change. I know a lot of people disagree with me. If you disagree with me, this is our first lead change. If you're with me, it's our second lead change.
But if you're playing a drinking game, you should take every lead change you can get.
There you go. Meanwhile, trying to capitalize on this, Optimus Grime, who is 1 for 1 on the jammer line, donning the spangled helmet cover for the New Wheeled Order.
Manchester positioning themselves on either side of that Golden State tripod. Optimus Grime pushing on one side, pushing on the other, and that split the blockers apart just enough to allow him through.
Waterboy helmet cover in hand, standing in the 808 roller skate penalty box.
And Optimus Grime just positioned in front of Waterboy. Make sure that he is fed into that New Wheeled Order tripod before going to the front and securing another 4-point pass. Bumper car bumping into Optimus Grime. Optimus Grime picking up a forearm penalty for
this
that.
This would go 2. Which is, wow, plenty of time. I thought there was only a few more seconds left, but no, there's more than a minute left in the jam. Our second 2-minute jam of the game. Also because of a penalty on Optimus Grime.
Waterboy opting to hold on to that star cover, makes his way through the pack, positions the helmet cover back on before he comes in to score.
Great news for Golden State. They're going to get their first point since jam number 6 here in jam number 13.
Rosie Peacock tracking Waterboy all over the track.
Leah Davidson gets the forearm call assessed to number 50. That's Rosie Peacock.
Yep, Rosie Peacock folding over folding over Waterboy briefly. That'll earn them a trip to the penalty box.
I want to apologize to A Ref Has No Name. I used the skater name of Leah Davidson. That is A Ref Has No Name out there that assessed that forearm penalty.
Optimus Grime looks like a penalty was about to be assessed, but the jam ref conferred with the head ref. No penalty. Optimus Grime can keep fighting it out. Taking a bit of a tumble along that straightaway. A little slow to get
Rosie
up.
Peacock back in play. Guess who's not? 93 on the white team.
So this will be the 5th jam in a row for Waterboy with the star.
I didn't see Waterboy go back in this jam. Brad, did you catch the penalty on Waterboy? No. It was a track cut. Thank you, Leslie. Nope.
So Waterboy definitely in some penalty trouble here. We've still got 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half.
Golden State Silver Lining does get points on the board. It is 58 playing 46. Roughly a 5-to-4 ratio using 12 as your common denominator.
And Golden State, we haven't seen use the star pass strategy a lot in this tournament.
They have not, no.
So that might leave Waterboy out to keep fighting, probably trying as hard as he can to keep things clean. There goes Velociraptor picking up lead jam.
Rosie Pico. There, you were just talking about the Star Pass. You are the Nostradamus of Flat Track Derby. Star has been passed to number 11, Benjamin.
Golden State setting up at the front, and that will prevent the Manchester 3-wall from getting forward. Benjamin gets out.
And it springs Waterboy from the penalty box. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive jams, 4 starting from the box for Waterboy.
I think Waterboy has earned himself a little bit of a rest.
Maybe
at
some
least
water.
2 jams.
Get the Waterboy some water. All right. Could I get those tallies? 1 point picked up by the New Wheeled Order brings them to 59. 4 points for Golden State brings them to 50. So even after a 6-jam drought of getting no points, it's only a 9-point game. Golden State very much in this game, although Manchester very much in control.
Benjamin opting to keep the star and stick out for a second jam in a row. He will come out with lead for Golden State.
He's 2 for 3 on the jammer line. He donned the star in jams 3 and 8 previously. Penalty assessed on the pivot for the Golden State Heat. Are we going to have another lead change?
We just might.
We are what?
Cloud Strike giving a beautiful assist to Fish on that outside. Something you only see in practice. It doesn't happen a lot during gameplay, but when it does, it is a beautiful thing.
Okay, scoreboard in the venue says the Heat has picked up 8, and they are at 58. And New Wheel Order did not pick any, so the score is 59-58. It is a skate-lace thin 1-point lead in favor of the team from across the pond, the Manchester Roller Derby New Wheeled Order.
I think Benjamin would prefer
the 53
score, the 53
the 53
point
you're seeing
pass.
at home.
I don't think even Shania Payne could do that at the World Cup.
Rufio on the line going up against Kamakanji. Jam number 16 in progress. Cut track penalty called on Kamakanji. Boy, those jammer penalties are just killing Golden State. And yet, they're still only a point behind. One lead jam to Rubio.
Golden State positioning at the front of the pack. New World Order opting to let Rufio fight it out at the front. Takes a bit of a tumble on that infield and will recycle to play it safe.
Nice hit at the top of the pack. How does he weather that? Bumper car just threw a vicious hip into it, but Rubio powers on through.
Oh,
Apex jump foiled. Good job by Speed Bryu.
We have seen some devastating apex jump denials this weekend. Luckily, that one just looked like a tiny bump.
High block has been called on the white jammer.
That will be Kamakanji reporting to our 808 roller skate penalty box. Plummer sticks out his hips enough for Rufio to get bumped to that infield. Picks up 3 more points for New World Order.
8 jammer penalties for the Golden State Heat here in jam number 16. That's theoretically, averages out to one every other jam except this past jam they picked up 2.
But you would not know it looking at the score.
Really. It's incredible. And also with the lead, the Manchester has so much more leads than Golden State has, and yet the score is as even as it is. Although a little bit of separation there, 7 points unanswered brings Manchester up to 66 and keeps Golden State at 58. And we have an official timeout. We might have a foul out. The MC Ninja is talking. It's not McNinja. If I said McNinja earlier, it's MC Ninja, and they are speaking things over with the jammer in the box.
So we'll take this opportunity to thank 5 on 5 for today's broadcast. 5 on 5 Media is dedicated to Flat Track Derby. We offer practical advice to skaters to help with their business and their skills, as well as help keep them up to date on what's happening in the Derby world. And I will finish that shout out after this next jam, where we will see Optimus Grime on his lonesome picking up lead jam, wasting no time.
And starting from the penalty box is Kamakanji. 8-point game, soon to be 12.
Golden State with a solid 4-wall at the front. New World Order moving in to split them apart, but Golden State waterfalling furiously up front. Benjamin will be sent to that 808 skate penalty box for a forearm call.
Wow,
means
can he stay in? He can! I'm sorry. I hope I didn't blast your ears, but Optimus Grimes just did the most amazing feat of balance. This is circus-like.
absolutely. It's just like almost a ballerina.
Yeah.
Coming in hips first will secure some points. Shrooms
Nice
coming in with
job.
that clear on lane number 1 will get Optimus out with a full 4-point pass.
That is offensive blocking by Shrooms. Put an asterisk on that.
And perfect timing, too. Like, wasting no time. Comes in for that hit. Optimus sees the light of day and runs for it.
And now our 8-point lead has become a 16-point lead. 74 playing 58. Sisu mouth guards allow you to talk, breathe, and drink. Pick from 14 colors and styles. That's Sisu.
We're off with jam number 18. Velociraptor for the New Wheeled Order, getting hit to that inside. Speed Brayu. I think this is the first time wearing the star in this game.
No, just jams 3. Yeah, he's 2 for 3 before. Oh, Speed Brayu. I'm sorry.
Anyway, Speed Brayu at the top of that pack gets bumped out by McLeod and will get recycled to the back of that crumple of blockers, right positioned perfectly in turn number 1.
Don Gingiovanni also reporting to the 808 roller skate penalty box. So now any other blockers that go for New Wheeled Order will have to report back to the track. Official review by Golden State. Going to stop the clock with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to play.
Yeah, it looks like New Wheeled Order a little confused on the happenings of that last jam. Captains seem to be poised to call an official review. We will see if that will actually happen.
Well, the ref called it. The ref put the signal up. No, it's a official review. No, just a timeout. Just a team timeout.
Team timeout on behalf of Golden State.
2 minutes and 58 seconds showing on the clock.
So I will finish giving some love to 5on5 Media. Each quarterly issue covers topics such as business, health and fitness, games and coaching, rookie help, gear, international derby, and more. You can pick up your digital or print subscription today to gain access to over a decade of archived issues and recent broadcasts. Gift subscriptions are available for that special derby someone in your life. Check out 5on5media.com today. Don't forget, Christmas is coming.
This just in from our Crackerjack producer, Brad Example. Optimus Grime has 27 points on the game, and Kamakanji has 24. Grime is perfect on the jammer line at 5-4-5.
This next jam, we are going to see Fish taking on Worthy.
6 versus 06? No, 05 versus 6.
Worthy taking a hit to that infield. Cloud Strike sneakily trying to bridge him back.
Yeah. 2 in the box for Manchester. Distinct pack advantage for Los Angeles. Illegal position is the call on purple number 2. That is Shrooms.
And Worthy securing lead for Golden State.
Boy, Golden State just hammering on the backboards. It's a hockey rink that has being used for roller derby this particular weekend. But the benches are hockey benches. And
Absolutely.
they are great for banging on.
Something we are very used to up north. I don't know how often people from Manchester or Southern California see hockey boards, so it could be just a novelty experience.
Two hockey teams in Southern California. There's the Mighty Ducks and the LA Kings. But, yes, ice skating. Growing up in Southern California, ice skating was not a big part of my life.
I can't understand why ice and heat are so compatible.
Well, roller skating was. We would go to the roller rink.
We had a backwards moving pack momentarily, so that'll make it a shorter distance for Worley to come back in. Fish with the star in hand gets out of the pack, and that'll bring our jam to an end. Golden State picking up 4.
Great job by the New Wheeled Order opening up that inside line, letting the jammer complete that initial pass and effectively forcing the call off. He'd pick up 8 much needed points, brings them up to 66, and Manchester New Wheeled Order held scoreless. That doesn't happen very often. Well, first 4 jams, but then only twice since then. Keeps them at 75.
Looks like we have a new jammer for the Heat again, number 063 Bumper Car, who's had some success having star passes this weekend, so why not give him a shot with the jammer star to begin with? And we've got Gig for New World Order, forced to that outfield, and will come back along that straightaway.
Gig is perfect on the jammer line at 1 for 1. Leg block is the call that you're seeing, formerly called skating out of bounds, or blocking out of bounds. Leg block is called on number 1, Don Gingiovanni.
So many skaters.
Forearm on the jammer. Oh, cut on the jammer. Sorry, didn't mean to
No
interrupt you.
worries. There were so many skaters trying to recycle themselves. I think Don Gingiovanni was confused about how he was going to make his way to the penalty box. Who was in my way? But confusion nevertheless over. Oh, and Plummer reporting to the penalty box on the Golden State side to join Bumper Car.
Timeout. Manchester, their second timeout, stops the clock with 13 seconds left to play in regulation of the first period.
Wow, this first half just flew by.
Yeah, only 4 stoppages of play, and one of them was an official timeout that was so brief that I didn't even get to write down when it occurred. This stops the clock with 13 seconds left to play, and no points were put on the board there by Manchester, keeping them at 75. And have the points come in yet for Golden State? Their jammer has points on. Oh, nothing. Brad, is this our first truly scoreless? I think it is, right? Brad agrees. Truly scoreless. And one more time while I got you on the line, Brad, who got lead in Jam 18? Velociraptor got lead in Jam 18. Thank you very much. My score sheet is back up to date.
Some eager blockers lining up on the pivot line. There was a huddle of referees in the middle, though, so a little presumptuous, but I like their enthusiasm.
It's going to be a power start for Manchester. I can see why they took the timeout. Get that extra jam in.
And Optimus Grime keeping that 100% lead jam percentage.
Yeah, now 6 for 6.
Pack starting to pick up speed before Optimus Grime can come in. Shrooms trying to cap them off at the front.
Brad wishes to correct himself. When he said he was 5 for 5 before, it was actually he was 4 for 4. Now he's 5 for 5. Now he's heading to the penalty box. Now he's coming back out.
Now he's returning from the penalty box, and
now he's slamming it to the back of the Golden State pivot. Wyatt
looking for
what
a
happened.
Penalty.
I don't know
did you get the number of that truck that hit me?
Cloud Strike goes to the 808 roller skate penalty box. Didn't see what the call was there. Failure to reform is the call. Big spoon.
And that'll allow Optimus Grime to get through for a second scoring pass.
Stretching that lead.
Bumper Car taking a hit to that infield. New World Order opting not to take him the long way back, but when they send him to the outside, that changes. Shrooms will bridge him back to the middle of that straightaway.
It's 8 squared plus 2 playing 9 squared plus 2.
Oh, that is math I can't even do.
Forearm penalty.
Oh, Optimus Grime trying to call it off, and it looks like a forearm penalty was assessed first. So we will have a full 2-minute jam, which isn't too bad considering there's only 20 seconds left. But Bumper Car still fighting furiously against a New World Order 2-wall.
All of our 2-minute jams have come when number 10 committed a penalty. And that has been 3 of the 4 jams that number 10 has been out there. No, there's 5. So it's been 3 of the 5 jams that he's been out there.
Don Gingiovanni bridges Bumper Car all the way back to that pivot line, brings our jam and this first half to its conclusion. New World Order on top with 83 points. Golden State not far behind with 68. What a first half.
Yeah, it will be a power start as well with Optimus Grime in that penalty box serving the remainder of that forearm penalty. So should be good. We're going to crunch some numbers, do some math, check out the penalty situation. Come on back in about, 3 minutes till the second half. We'll have some statistical analysis and the conclusion, the exciting and thrilling conclusion of the Manchester New World Order and the Golden State Heat.
If you're looking for a reliable paint company that will do the job right the first time, then it's time to call 360 Painting of Arvada. Our #1 goal is to make sure we make your vision into reality, and we guarantee 100% satisfaction. We offer a wide variety of colors and textures that meet the needs of each room for every client, all for an affordable rate. With years of experience, our employees are well trained in the correct and professional methods, so there will be no hassle or headaches. Whether you're looking to just paint a couple rooms or you're looking to remodel your home, no job is too big or small for 360 Painting of Arvada to handle. For more information on our services, call us today or visit us online and let us help you turn your vision into a vibrant reality.
Are you dreaming of new roller skates? With over 10 years experience and knowledge, Skate Rat's Skate Shop will set you up with the safety gear and roller skates that are right for you. Visit Skate Rats in Loveland, Colorado for the selection you've been looking for and great customer service. Or log on to skaterats.com for free fast shipping. Use discount code 5on5 for 10% off.
Welcome back to the 2019 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. This is the second half of the matchup between the Manchester New Wheeled Order and the Golden State Heat. They are battling for 7th and 8th place. Manchester entered in the 5th seed, and Golden State is in the 7th seed. The score is now 83-68 in favor of Manchester.
And if you're just tuning in today, you have missed some incredible derby action. We had Montpellier versus Austin. Went to the last jam. Montpellier on top with an 11-point jam, secured the lead by 3 points.
What an incredible comeback.
And it was the first win of the weekend, them coming all the way from France. So nice to come out with a win on that one.
There you go. Some stats from this game in terms of lead jammer. 14 leads were awarded to Manchester. 7 lead jams were awarded to the Golden State Heat. Each team had 1 star pass. Manchester passed the star in jam number 1, and Golden State passed the star in jam number 14. 5 jammer penalties for Manchester. And 9 jammer penalties for the Golden State Heat.
How many of those were Waterboy, though?
Yeah, 4 of them were Waterboy. And I have those penalty totals as well. There was 1 jam with no score. Every jam had a lead jammer, and there were 3 jams that went the full 2 minutes. In terms of penalties, you're talking about those penalties on Waterboy. Waterboy is the leading fouler on the Golden State Heat and the only fouler on the Golden State Heat with 4 penalties. Everybody has 3 or fewer. They have a team total of 19. Talk about the Manchester Roller Derby New Wheeled Order. They have 2 skaters with 4 penalties. That's Don Gingiovanni and Optimus Grime. They have 1 skater with 5 penalties. That is Rosie Peacock. And as a team, they have 27 team penalties. So 3-2 penalty ratio on the Manchester side, but they got the lead.
And looking at the score, you would not see, or you wouldn't even notice that the jammer penalties on the Heat side are affecting them that much.
Right.
Still.
Unless that jammer fouls out, unless Waterboy has to go away. Going to be a power start for the Golden State Heat to start the second half. With Optimus Grime starting in the penalty box for Manchester on the previous forearm penalty.
Worthy at the top of the pack secures lead. Heat blockers opting to hang out at the back of the pack and let Worthy push the blockers to their out-of-play limit.
I see the jam timer talking to the scoreboard operator. Looks like we'll probably have an official timeout after this to adjust the clock. Number 11, the pivot, Benjamin for Golden State, to the 808 roller skate penalty box on a back block. Excuse me.
And Worthy out on a full scoring pass. Ready to come back in. New Wheeled Order has a tripod set up, anchored by Cloud Strike. Cloud Strike with that last dip of the hips, but Worthy was passed. Picks up another 4.
And here comes the Heat. Okay, so the scoreboard in the venue is displaying the 8 points for the Heat. It is only a 10-point game right now. And once Worthy gets through, it'll be about a 6 or 7-point game. It is an, 8-point game. 2 more points on the board. Total of 10 for Golden State. Brings them up to 78. And I guess did I copy the score down wrong? There was a score adjustment at the very end of the first half. Manchester ended the first half with 86. And no points picked up there, although I believe their jammer did get out of the penalty box. Yes, they will have a jammer for this set.
We would like to send a special thank you to our penalty box sponsor. That's 808 Roller Skate, serving the roller derby community since 2010. Visit them at 808rollerskate.com. And thank you to 808 for hearing our pleas on the call yesterday for a sponsorship for the penalty box, so we could give some love every time.
There you go. And you want to sponsor the Jammer Line? There's still time. Sponsor the Jammer Line. We would love to have your sponsorship dollars in exchange for mentioning your name every time we say the Jammer Line. Who's out there on that unsponsored Jammer Line?
We've got Rufio with the star at the back of the pack, removing the helmet cover, and it will be Kamakanji with lead this one.
8 points separating these two teams. As disparate as the statistics were, it is a super, super close game. Forearm penalty assessed to number 99. That is Big Spoon heading to the penalty box, the 808 roller skate penalty box on the penalty.
Rufio getting bumped to that outside, and Wyatt with the bridge back behind the pivot line on that one. Quick to reform with his 3-wall at the back of the pack. Rosie Peacock doing some beautiful bridging work, maintaining that pack definition.
Heard a whistle. Pivot leaving for Manchester.
Luckily, Rufio got out of the pack and did not need to rely on passing it to the pivot, who is in the box. Kamakanji back into the fray. Looks like Speed Bryu was going to give some offensive assistance, but Kamakanji opting to finish that jam off.
Rosie Peacock is just shredding it out there. They are an unstoppable force on defense.
Absolutely. We've seen some amazing moves on their behalf this weekend. Just forced to contend with, and size means nothing.
5 penalties, but, even closer now. Nibble, 6-point game after those 4 points.
A little bit of a calculated start, but Fish changing gears, getting into that heat tripod, but Worthy will come out on top with lead. Fish using the star stash technique to get out. Tried to put it on his helmet. It slipped off briefly, but luckily the jam came to an end and he did not have to mess around with that helmet cover. Sometimes, the adrenaline's getting high and you're trying to figure out this helmet cover, put it on, and it's just a lot going on at once.
So I'm getting 4 points on the board. My math is not adding up. The scoreboard is showing 84 after they had 82 last round. And we're going to get an official timeout. I think that might have something to do with it. Clock being stopped with 26 minutes and 20 seconds left in regulation. There's going to be a seeding for the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. The lottery where the seeding will be drawn for that World Cup going to take place between the 5 and 6 game and the bronze medal game. So stick around for that. I'm not sure if it will be broadcast, but the results will certainly be coming out. And it may in fact be broadcast. We'll let you know later. But if you're interested in the Men's Roller Derby World Cup, the seeding will be drawn. All right, scoreboard has been adjusted. It is now 85 points on the board, playing 86.
We've got Velociraptor with a star from New World Order. Benjamin at the top of the pack, fighting furiously against that 3-wall. And Benjamin securing that lead. Golden State managing to hold Velociraptor at bay. Benjamin in for a scoring pass. Kicks up his feet around that outside for a barrel roll move. Picks up 4, calls it. That will give Golden State the current lead, 89.
How about that?
Manchester not far behind with 86.
So the second half starting just the way the first half started, with Golden State piling on the points, getting 4 lead jams in a row. And then in the second half, that's when Manchester woke up. So, 3-point game, lead change. Take a sip of your favorite beverage, and let's get rolling in jam number 5. What do you say?
Let's do it. Worthy controlling gig speed for the start of this jam, ensuring that Golden State tripod is able to capture him, and then Worthy sneaking around that outside. New World Order not able to form a blocking wall in front. Oh, and it looks like Gig will be called off for penalty that I did not see. Nevertheless, Worthy will be out on a power jam as he completes a 3-point scoring pass, losing 1 to the no pass, no point. Golden State positioning themselves at the back, opting to let Worthy fight it out at the front. He is knocked out by Shrooms. Shrooms thought he had the positional advantage, but Worthy had the track awareness to come in front.
Wow! I'm sorry.
Beautiful figure skating move on behalf of Worthy. I don't know what they would call that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
But fancy feet nonetheless. And a beautiful hop along that inside apex. This jammer can do it all. Worthy bringing that jam to its conclusion, and Golden State will see themselves at the triple-digit mark.
How about that? 10 squared. on the board for Golden State. Cool 100 points.
Hey, that's math even I can do.
Manchester still looking for their first points of this half.
Yes, hoping to shift that momentum will be number 06, Rufio. And it looks like we'll have a official time
Have I been
out.
saying Rubio? My apologies if I've been saying Rubio.
It's been saying Rubio on the screen in front of us, and it
That's
says
why.
Rufio on the screen behind us.
No, on his
So-
jersey it says Rufio, and on our roster it says Rufio. So my apologies if I've been getting your name wrong, Rufio.
You just have to remember, you know that scene from Hook with Rufio? Rufio. That was Loose Change's favorite name to say on the house call yesterday,
Very nice.
just because of that chant. So Rufio getting bumped out,
Oh,
and
and
it
a
looks like
track
two
cut.
cut tracks assessed simultaneously. The jammer race is on. Looks like Kamakanji will come out on top and will be released first, and they are both back into action.
First jam of the game without a lead.
Blocker is going tumbling down, and it looks like Rufio will be out first, but no lead will be assessed. We'll go the full 2 minutes.
Our fourth 2-minute jam of the game. First of the half.
Scotty Dog moving in to separate that Golden State 3-wall. Scotty Dog taking a tumble and opting to help define Pack, but as the New Wheel blockers join him, he's able to move in for some offense.
Forearm, yeah. I was wondering who would see that, and it is the ref has no name who got that forearm on number 43 on the red team. That is Scotty Dog. Track cut called. Second track cut. Kamakanji, a double crosser, crossing that line for the second time this jam.
Rufio cutting quickly to that inside will get him through for another full scoring pass. Golden State positioned, ready and waiting at the front. Plummer with the last hit out, preventing that apex jump.
That was a great block by Plummer.
Absolutely. That little push of the hips just over that track boundary is enough to deny a apex jump.
In a spectacular way. The ground jumped a little bit when the jammer hit the track. Down they all go. Jenga in turn number 4. And Kamakanji forced to the outside. Looks like I want to call it. Oh, I can't. I can't call it. Fortunately, a reprieve from the jam timer. 4 points on the board for the Heat brings them up to 104. And 8 points on the board for the New Wheeled Order brings them up to 94. A 10-point lead in favor of the Heat. Who's swimming out there to the jammer line for Manchester?
Well, that would be none other than Fish from New Wheeled Order. Certainly living up to his name this weekend, doing a little shimmy every time he does something that makes him happy.
And that's Worthy on the line for the Golden State Heat.
Let's see if he'll be worthy of lead jam
There
in
you
this
go.
one, but Fish is at the top of the pack, gets bumped out. So lead still open for Worthy to capture.
Forearm penalty called on number 11, Benjamin. By a ref has no name, heading to the 808 roller skate penalty box.
This tag team of Bumper Car and Plummer at the front of the pack, not making an easy pass for Fish. Fish getting bumped to that infield. A forearm will be assessed on Bumper Car. So Plummer will have to join with another tag team buddy on his side, but Fish gets out with lead almost a full minute before lead was established.
First lead of the half for Manchester. Worthy holding his face like, hey, am I going to get called for that? And it actually does look to appear to be have a little bit of blood on his face right now, or a little redness on his face, I should say, right now. Let's get those points. 3 on the board for the New Wheeled Order brings him up to 99.
Just flirting with that triple-digit mark, and only 5 points behind Golden State.
Yeah, first time this half that Golden State has not put any points on the board. So an 11-4 run over the last 2 jams for Manchester makes it a 5-point game once again.
We're going to head into jam number 8 in this second half, where we will see Speed Ryu for the Heat against Velociraptor.
First jam of the half for both of them. Not first jam of the game for both of them.
Velociraptor trying that outside line, didn't work out. He had more luck on the inside, but a no pass, no point will not give him the lead. Lead still open for Speed Ryu to earn.
But Speed Bryu, forced to the infield, has to re-engage all the way back at that unsponsored jammer line. 4 points now on the board for the New Wheeled Order. 1 point away from a lead change, and there it is. Unless you're a track cut, forearm penalty. It's 063. That's bumper car on the forearm. Second forearm penalty on bumper car this half, and we have a lead change.
This tripod from New Wheeled Order just moving seamlessly in front of Speed Bryu. Big Spoon getting by the tripod, opting not to do a bit of offense on the way by, focusing more on that jammer, and now will have to bridge out that pack to maintain definition, keep his buddies in play.
Track cut Gazuka picks up a track cut and does a little bow to his bench as he reports to the 808 roller skate penalty box.
Velociraptor knocked to that infield and will be bridged back by Wyatt. Rosie Peacock getting a piece of Speed Bryu, and they will have enough time to join that two-wall of McLeod and number 1, Don Giovanni.
Bryu's still in the initial, right?
I believe so. New Wheeled Order has put up a solid line of defense, and here they go with the simultaneous bridge back. Beautiful job of staying together in this jam.
Penalty box is empty. Everybody is out there between turns 4 and turns 1 across that home stretch.
Speed Bryu straddling that track boundary to come in, but Rosie Peacock was shutting down lane number 4.
Tell me the lanes. 4 is the inside and 1 is the outside?
Yes.
Okay. 12 points on the board. That is almost the highest jam of the game. Second highest jam of the game for Manchester. And it brings them up to 111. And as we said before, it is a lead change. And no points on the board for the Heat for the second jam in a row. Keeps them at 104. Now a touchdown lead for the Manchester New Wheeled Order. Touchdown is a reference. Sorry, did I unplug you? Touchdown is a reference to American football. Sorry for our friends across the pond who are listening if you missed the reference. Out on the jammer line, take us out there, would you, Sonia?
We've got Optimus Grime earning himself another lead status. I'm not sure if he's maintaining that 100% lead.
No, Optimus Grime did not get lead jam in jam number 1 or jam number 4 of this period.
That's what I thought, but nonetheless, here he is with lead once again. Kamakanji getting through for that initial pass. So Optimus Grime will tiptoe on that outside line. Ducks past the hips of number 5, Wyatt. Earns all 4 and brings it to a conclusion.
Give a shout out to Death and Glory Skate Shop. They are a new quad shop and gear website bringing more fun to Colorado and all of North America. They have years of boot footing experience and offer a fun relational experience every time. Check them out at deathandgloryskate.com. Spell that out, Death, A-N-D-G-L-O-R-Y, skate.com.
And we will have a team timeout brought to you by the Golden State Heat. If you've noticed, Golden State Heat is sporting these bright pink armbands on their left side. That is in honor of their fellow teammate whose fiance Lolly is currently battling breast cancer, and they wanted to show their support this whole weekend. And of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as recognized by the NFL as far as I know. So keeping in theme here.
Sure. And October is breast cancer month.
Indeed it is. So an aptly placed tribute.
Also want to give some love to a Moonshine Company. Moonshine shorts are designed, handmade, and operated by single moms out of San Luis Obispo on the central coast of California with fabrics made in the United States. Moonshine now also carries men's shorts in 3 different lengths, in addition to shorts and capris for women and children. You can make your moonshine with Moonshine shorts at www.makeyourmoonshine.com and at derbywarehouse.com.
And funnily enough, one of the women who runs it, her derby name is Moonshine. So you're buying a moonshine from Moonshine to make your moonshine.
And if you really like it, make a share a bottle of moonshine.
Yeah, why not?
If it's legal where you live. Meanwhile, out on the track, that is Gig with the Star-Spangled helmet cover for the Manchester New Wheeled Order. And Golden State Heat Jammer is Worthy.
Worthy getting bridged back by Scotty Dog. Will have to fight through that crumple of blockers. Quick to get to the top of that pack, and Benjamin will slow down a blocker, allowing Worthy to pick up that lead status.
Golden State is on a 3-jam skid, has not put any points on the board, but here we go. Hit it, quit it.
Yeah, a dip of the shoulders on that outside will secure points for Worthy. How many? I believe just a single point. Just enough to
no box points to be had. 14-point lead. Roller Derby Elite, the choice of champions. That's Roller Derby Elite. Number 9 on the line, Kamakanji going up against number 05, Fish. 808 roller skate penalty box is empty. Everybody is out there at that unsponsored pivot line in turn 1 of the narrowest parts of the track.
Kamakanji joining the four wall of blockers just momentarily to keep Fish at bay, and then decides to abandon that, take on that New World Order wall, and earn himself a lead status.
Keep Fish at bay. You said keep Fish at bay.
I didn't even realize.
Illegal position assessed to Benjamin, so slight pack advantage for the New World Order as the Benjamin's going to sit in the 808 roller skate penalty box for a good 30 seconds. One by one, Golden State picking up the points. They've picked up 2 unanswered points. Still plenty of time. That's not really an issue, but you want your jams to be more effective than 1 points. 13-point game.
We would like to give a shout out to 187 Killer Pads, designed, tested, and trusted by the top pros since 1999. And I don't know if you can see on your feed, number 714 Plumber is sporting some custom-made 187 pads. I believe it's his son's face. And of course, as I say that, the refs were noticing Plumber and sent him to the box for a penalty I could not
direction
identify.
Of play. This is a forearm. Speedbride's a forearm, and the Plumber was a direction of play. And lead has gone to the New World Order for the first time since jam number 9.
Benjamin standing in that penalty box. That means 3 blockers from the heat currently in our 808 roller skate box. That will leave Bumper Car on his lonesome.
If this is Rosie's first trip to the box this half, that's number 6. If it's not her, if it's not their first trip to the penalty box, that's problems. But that's an illegal position called on Rosie Peacock, and it's at least their 6th. Let's get those tallies. 4 points makes it 1, 2, 3 for the Manchester New World Order. No points keeps Golden State at 106. Optimus Grime on the jammer line for Manchester, and that is Kamakanji here in jam number 13 of the second half.
Kamakanji assisting his blocker contingent, but it won't be enough to prevent Optimus Grime from getting lead. Optimus looks like they might have taken a hit to the face on that one.
Yeah, or loves the way his thumb smells.
Or just, gently stroking his beard. Maybe that's what gives him that damning power.
Yes. Who was the character from the Bible that got the strength from the hair? Samson.
Absolutely.
2 points on the board. That is 5 cubed, I believe. 125 points for Manchester. Golden State, even with their leads, they've only put 2 points on the board in the last 7 jams.
Looks like Golden State is going to send out Plumber with the star. First time I have seen him jam all weekend. He'll be facing off against Gig. Plumber having some success as a blocker, and there he goes picking up lead, proving he is more than a one-trick pony.
Perfect lead jam. Why hide your light under a bushel? Gig has removed the helmet cover.
He'll be bridged back by Waterboy, but Waterboy will be sent off to the 808 roller skate penalty box.
Waterboy was the leading fouler for Golden State heading into coming out of the half. That's Rosie.
Rosie Peacock. I believe that will be number 7, if our counting is correct. Plumber coming in for another scoring pass. New World Order hunkering down. A strong tripod anchored by Fish, rotating furiously around, now anchored by McLeod.
If you're just tuning in, you are watching the 2019 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships. This is the 7th-8th bout, and you are watching it on 5on5 Media.
Speed Ryu just giving a little hug to Gig as he comes by. Enough of a hug to prevent him from getting by, but Gig found a way. Got his initial. Plumber saw the threat, called it off, securing 2 points.
If you have any painting needs in the area, if you live in the area and have any painting needs, call 360 Painting of Arvada. They are your solution for all your painting needs. They do both interior and exterior painting, as well as staining fences and decks. Call them today at 720-940-3887 to schedule a free estimate and mention Champs for a discount. 6 points brings the Golden State Heat up to 112. No points keeps a New World Order at 125. Who is out on the jammer line? Sonia.
We've got Fish jamming for New World Order, but it'll be Worthy who is worthy of that lead status. Fish out, not far behind. Oh, and will be called on the cut track penalty. So Power Jam going to Worthy, who has one left to beat. That is Cloud Strike.
What was the jammer penalty again?
It appeared to be a cut track penalty as signaled by the jam ref.
Thank you.
But the outside pack ref had Fish
return
return to the
back
track.
on. So the penalty is overruled.
Fish was motioning. She thought it was a no pass, no point. Went to the box, and then outside pack ref conferred. So a very short penalty, but Golden State coming out on top with that one.
Star pass at the very end to Shrooms, and it's back to a 5-point game. 120 playing 125. This is fun.
Some interesting matchups here on the third day of this MRDA Champs 2019.
Yeah, Manchester entered the number 5 seed, so regardless, they're going to bump down at least 2, maybe 3. And Golden State entered the number 7 seed, so if they win, they'll finish as seeded. On the jammer line right now. Can you see him? I can't.
I see Benjamin.
And that's
Rufio. No, not Benjamin. That is Kamakanji for the Heat. And
penalty though. Forearm. Forearm on number 9.
That'll be Benjamin reporting to the penalty box, and Kamakanji will be joining him.
Yeah, Kamakanji's got the forearm. And is lead not open? He's saying lead is open, and there it is. Lead gets awarded.
Just awarded to Rufio by his jam ref.
Good communication by the officials to let them know, hey, a penalty was assessed on the other jammer. Lead's still open.
Excellent. And good adjustment in time for Rufio to call it off and secure some more points to break away with that lead.
Scoreboard showing 4-4. That's not right. That forearm was assessed on the initial pass. That's why lead was still open. He could not have got any points on that board. I hope they call an official timeout, or at least get that squared away. But the scoreboard for the moment showing 4-4. Official timeout. Freezes the clock with 7 minutes and 58 seconds left to play, and that will give us a chance to thank RollerDerbyMerch.com, making merch great again. They don't claim to be magicians, but they do claim to offer the coolest styles and the wildest products for your derby team. Cowbells, water bottles, jerseys, they have it all and will get it to you fast. They are skater-owned and operated, and if you need ideas, hit them up. They would love to help. That's RollerDerbyMerch.com.
And we've got 3 more games coming at you on this MRDA Champs 2019 weekend. Up next, we are going to see Southern Discomfort taking on Denver Ground Control, hometown team. Then we will see the battle for third place, Vancouver versus Texas. And then championship game, St. Louis Gatekeepers versus Magic City Misfits.
And so I'm showing a discrepancy between the score that you're seeing at home, which I believe to be accurate, and the score in the venue. All right, go with it. It's any way you slice it, it's 129 to 120, and that's what we're going with, and that's what we're showing. So multiplayer block called on the jammer. Don't see that very often, but New World Order losing number 10, Optimus Grime, to the penalty box on a multiplayer. Lead is open for the jammer exiting from the penalty box. Kamakanji.
Yep, Kamakanji giving a high five to Optimus as they tag out of the box. Kamakanji at the top of the pack. Golden State opting to stick it out at the back and let Kamakanji push them to their out-of-play limit.
Illegal contact assessed on number 1997, Cloud Strike.
So Kamakanji picking up that lead status. Our scoreboard is showing Worthy, but it is in fact number 9. Kamakanji getting past the hips of the pivot Shrooms. Much to Shrooms' disappointment. Sorry, it almost says mush. It would have worked anyway.
I I thought I saw illegal procedure. I'm not sure what the call is, but that's White 99 heading to the penalty box. Big spoon.
Wyatt getting just a little piece of Optimus grime. Optimus will be sent back to the penalty box for a cut track penalty.
Full minutes worth of power jam.
And Kamakanji will bring that jam to its conclusion. 3 more points going to the Golden State Heat brings them to 131 and the lead by 2 points.
Back and forth. 3 lead changes this half. And 2 lead changes the first half. We've had 5 lead changes this game. That's quite a bit. Especially second half lead changes. Those are more rare. Initially, first quarter of a game, you'll see teams jockey back and forth for position. But to see 3 lead changes in the second half, that's pretty special. Jamming unopposed at number 6.
That is Worthy on behalf of Golden State Heat. He will be forced to that outside, and it looks like number 15 Peter Parker will report to the penalty box, and joined by number 1172 Vic for the Golden State Heat. Worthy out first from the pack, but does not have lead. That lead may be available for Optimus to secure as he comes off of his penalty.
I saw an NSO holding up 7, and so I'm wondering if that's a 7th penalty.
Looked like Big Spoon took a bit of a tumble on top of Optimus. Optimus quick back on his feet, hops over that apex, and
picks up lead,
calls that one off.
So let's get the points in. Golden State, even though they weren't lead, picked up 8 before lead was acquired. It is a 10-point lead in favor of the Golden State Heat. 139 playing 129.
We'll have ourselves an official timeout while we replace one of the blockers in our 808 skate penalty box, I believe.
That
or
was
no,
what
are they
those
just
7
sending...
fingers were about.
I see 3 blockers from the New World Order side, 2 of them standing. So
Army of 1 is Shrooms.
Shrooms will be left to fight it out on his lonesome, but not for too long.
We do have an official timeout, stopping the clock with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to play. Only our 4th stoppage of play this period, and it's already over.
Just a quick hit it and quit it official timeout.
There you go.
So we've got number 5 and number 6 fighting on the jam line. Fish trying an outside line. It's a no pass, no point, but the jam ref will rule it a track cut, and Worthy reporting to the box as well, so we will have about a 5-second penalty per jammer.
Oh, I didn't even see what the penalty was on 05. Was that also a track cut?
I believe
Worthy was definitely a track cut. I didn't see the other one, but I'll take your word for it. Track cut each. So this will go the full 2. Our second jam without a lead jam, and our 1-2 6th 2-minute jam. Multiplayer block on the New World Order jammer. Thank you, Brad. Example.
We saw Donjon Giovanni and Worthy leaving the penalty box simultaneously. Donjon Giovanni had just that much more speed to get right in front of Worthy, and Worthy in the infield now looks like this might be called.
Shrooms picked up a high block, and the jam is called. 4 points on the board. Is that it? Are there more fingers coming in? 4 points on the board for Golden State. Brings them up to 143. No points for the New World Order. Keeps them at 129. And now look at this. New World Order has only put 4 points on the board in the last 6 jams. Meanwhile, Golden State has scored every jam except 1 during that same span.
We'll have ourselves a brief official timeout. Worthy getting pinballed a little in that last jam. Might need a moment. Luckily, we have our wonderful medical staff here making this Derby weekend possible.
4 minutes and 19 seconds left to play. Want to give a shout out to our tournament heads. Our tournament head ref is Bambi Lance. The alternate was Valerito. Our tournament head NSO was Doc Skinner. Our alternate was Ricochet. And our games tournament official was Locomotive. Also, thanks to our production staff, Brad Example, Coyote, D-Day Doll, Andy Shinsky, and Foothills Fieldhouse, Leslie Open 5 on 5 Media, and all of Denver Roller Derby.
We would like to give a thank you to Strong Athletic. Strong Athletic is a Derby-owned and run business started by Smarty Pants in 2014 as a way to amplify the voices of skaters in roller derby. Have you ever wondered who makes the Strong Athletic skater shirts? It's Strong Athletic. We have shirts for hats, skaters, announcers, officials, coaches, and photographers. Find them online at strongathletic.com.
Did that jam not go the full 2? Was that jam called off prematurely because of the injury?
Yes.
Yeah. So I am uncircling it. It is no longer a 2-minute jam in my scorecard.
Kamakanji making sure those toe stops are secured before relying on them for the next jam as he heads donning the star.
Donning the star and starring the Don.
Starring the Don.
That's when Don Gingivanni would wear the star. Then you'd be starring the Don.
We have some eager blockers ready for the next jam. Unfortunately, Jam Timer is still signaling that official timeout.
Carmen Dragon talking things over with the jammer in the box. And here comes Holly. Shout out to Holly. Holly, a fellow announcer on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, as well as a coach for the Manchester New World Order. Shout out to all the people in England and in Europe who are tuning into this broadcast. We are glad to have you.
I am not aware of the time difference, but
it's 7 hours or so, I think.
Kind.
All right, back to the action. Lead jam has been awarded to Kamakanji.
Fish serving the remaining seconds in our 808 roller skate penalty box, doing a little shimmy, warming up to get back into that school of blockers.
School of blockers. You are slippery, aren't you? Lead 4-point pass for Kamakanji.
Fish running up that outside, making sure his jam ref sees that he has a star in hand.
It's mine. See? It's visible.
You see this? You see this? Okay, now it's on my head.
Kamakanji skating backwards, heading into turn number 1 to keep an eye on turn number 3, and calls it just in the nick of time. 8 more points on the board for Golden State. Brings them to 155. They must have picked up some points during that official timeout that I did not see, probably because of the injury. They added some points when they were doing the injury. So 8 makes it 155.
We are going to have battle of number 9s. Kamakanji staying. Was it Kamakanji in the last jam?
It was.
Kamakanji opting to stay out 2 jams in a row. He will face off against Velociraptor.
Kamakanji has been the jammer in 4 of the last 6 jams, and the other 2 were Worthy. Kamakanji went back-to-back twice. Worthy went back-to-back twice. Now Kamakanji going back-to-back twice and picking up lead.
Picking up lead back-to-back.
There you go.
Velociraptor still fighting his way through the front. Bumper car will shut down lane number 1, forcing Velociraptor to take an alternate route. Tries to hop on the outside line, but Speed Barayu shutting that down, but picking up a forearm for it.
Yeah. Good call.
So Velociraptor with star in hand. Bumper car not quite able to take him to that out-of-bounds point. Kamakanji tries to lay a hit of his own, but Velociraptor just too slippery. And Kamakanji looking at his bench, threatening to call it off. Did he do it in time?
No points being held in the air. 4 points for Golden State will bring them to 159. And no points for Manchester. It's already a 30-point game. And that's over the course, really, of the last 4 jams. An 8, an 8, an 8, and a 4 unanswered is 28. And then an 11 is 39, and that's when they took over the lead. Team timeout to Golden State, curiously. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in regulation. The second team timeout to Golden State. Do we have any sponsors left?
Oh, let's take a look. There's always some love to give to sponsors.
Indeed.
Have we mentioned Skate Rats?
Let's do it.
Dreaming of new roller skates? Skate Rats is your skate shop. With over 10 years of expert experience and knowledge of building roller skates and fitting safety gear, Skate Rats will set you up with the gear that is right for you. Visit Skate Rats' beautiful retail store in Loveland, Colorado for great service and the selection you have been looking for. Log on to skaterats.com for fast free shipping. That's SK8 RATZ or Z
there
for
you go.
people south of the wall.com.
South of the wall.
Well, we're north of the wall, so
Okay.
logically, we are go south.
All right, then.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Well done, Sonia. Well done.
Or north of the privacy hedge, as we sometimes refer to it.
All right, Kamakanji out now 3 in a row.
Can he get 3 leads in a row? We will find out.
That
Gig not going to make it easy, and looks like he will come out on top with that lead advantage.
So no triple crown for Kamakanji.
Kamakanji getting past the hits of Shrooms, but it will be awarded a forearm penalty that'll send him to the 808 roller skate box, where he will join Waterboy. Waterboy in a bit of penalty trouble of his own, I believe. So Gig getting instructions from his bench to keep it going.
Yeah, dig deep Gig, I heard very distinctly.
Luckily, he only had 2 blockers to contend with. Bumper car was stuck on that outside lane and was being bridged back.
Holly is practically apoplectic here in turn number 4, trying to increase the tempo. Looking at one eye on the clock, one eye on the track, sees the jammer on the track. They know they can get another jam in. They want to maximize their points.
Plummer picking up a forearm penalty for that last hit on Gig. Gig out for another full scoring pass.
Uh-oh. Misconduct coming in. And it's on the jammer.
That'll be Kamakanji being sent to the box. And with the conclusion of that jam, we'll leave New World Order on a power start. And it looks like we have time for exactly one more jam.
14 points is the highest jam of the game. It was set in jam number 1 by Golden State, and then also in jam number 7, both of the first period. So this ties the high mark of the game, and it represents 10% of the New World Order score.
And if my math is correct, they will have to do just a little bit better in the next jam to secure that lead against Golden State, or at least bring it to a tie.
Yep, 16 points to tie. But power start. They will have the Golden State Heat Jammer wrapped up in the penalty box. And now Kamakanji's fouled out. So they're replacing them. This is a team timeout. This team timeout is by the Manchester New World Order, of course, to stop the clock to get the next jam in.
So it looks like we will see Worthy be the jammer of record for the Golden State Heat, replacing Kamakanji in that box. Both teams on their feet in their respective team boxes. Everybody is excited for what is going to happen next. Everything is on the line. Golden State wanting to maintain that 7th place, but Manchester not wanting to come out with 8th as they came in 5th.
So 6 playing 06, Rufio and Worthy. 4 unanswered scoring passes will tie the game for the New World Order.
New World Order getting amped up on their bench. Rufio getting that lead. Can they get enough points in this last jam?
Nice block by number 89 at the top of the pack, Speed Bryu.
Rufio getting tripped up briefly. That allows Speed Bryu and Wyatt to get in front only momentarily. Rufio puts up another full 4-point pass.
Doesn't point, trailing by a dozen, but there's the initial pass.
Worthy,
Worthy
tripping up on that infield, seated just in time. The ref was about to call that cut track, and he was just quick enough with the draw.
Pack strung out all the way from the bottom apex to the pivot line. That's another 4-point pass. 2 unanswered scoring passes separate these teams, and Worthy's still on the initial.
And we only have 8 points separating these two teams. Rufio coming in on another scoring pass. Golden State at the front, losing blockers one by one to maintain that pack definition.
Track cut. Who's got the track cut? Is it the red jammer? It's the white jammer.
And New World Order team going wild. We have the period clock has expired. It is all on this remaining jam.
Oh no!
And
That ended early. It ended early because there was blood. That was not the full 2 minutes. And I think we're going to see another jam because New World Order had every opportunity and plenty of time.
We have 12 points awarded to New World Order in that last jam. This is a 4-point game.
Both teams have their official review, and I think it's within the jam. I don't know the rules that great, but I think it's within the head ref's discretion whether or not to order official jam when the last jam ends unnaturally, and it could affect the outcome. We shall see. We are in an official timeout right now.
Wow, all of these Derby teams are giving us some great action on Championship Sunday. That first game coming down to the last jam, now this game coming to the last jam. I can't wait to see what the rest of the day has in store.
I don't know how much time there was left on the jam clock when it was called off. That has been cleared away. All I know is that we're at 0-0-0.
They were under a minute. I want to say between 30 and 40 seconds.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, they have plenty of time to get these 8 points.
At least enough time to get one more scoring pass and bring it to a tie.
Yes.
And currently our 808 roller skate penalty box full on the Golden State Heat side. That is Worthy, joined by Bumper Car and number 89, Speed Brayo. A full force of a 4-wall blocking contingent from New World Order poised on the track.
The officials are talking things over. Who was it that was touching their face that they called it up for? Was it the jammer?
No, I believe it was one of the blockers.
Was there a red 72? Maybe 672? 12? Was it 12? Was it gig?
I see somebody on the sidelines.
Actually, they might be with the medics. Do we see where the... No, there's nobody with the medics.
I believe it may have been McLeod.
So they're definitely talking things over. Well, while they're talking things over, let's tell you what coming up next. We have Denver playing Southern Discomfort. This will be for 5 and 6. Denver really a great story. They entered the 9 seed. They can do no worse than 6, so they're going to get a +3 bump regardless, and maybe even a +4 bump. Southern Discomfort came in the 4 seed, so they're going to take a little bit of a hit. They're going to drop as low as potentially as low as 6. They'll take a hit of 1, potentially 2 spots. After that, skating for the silver medal. Oh, hold on.
Oh, the crowd is cheering. That must mean maybe one more jam. I don't know. It hasn't been officially revealed yet.
Yeah, the head ref is talking things over.
Everybody seems excited for something.
Skating for the silver, we have Texas versus Vancouver. Vancouver came in the number 3 seed. If they take the, for the bronze. If they take the bronze, they'll finish as seeded. Texas will, regardless. Oh, and they've added 1 second to the clock.
1 single second is all we need to get one more jam. They're going to send out Fish with the star.
And it's a power start.
We will have a little bit of a break before the jam gets underway. Every blocker positioned right on that pivot line.
Skating for the gold is going to be St. Louis and Magic City, the 1 seed against the 2 seed for silver and gold. So good seeding by the Men's Roller Derby Association.
Well done, keeping things consistent.
This jam is going to be played by overtime rules, we've just been advised. So no lead jam, 2-minute jam. So how does that start with the jammer and the penalty? Well, I guess 2-minute jam, no lead jam. Still the same situation. All right. Interesting. Oh, it's always something exciting here at the championship tournament. Don't turn your back. There have been 4 upsets so far. Not an overtime jam. Now, MC Ninja has clarified that this will not be an overtime jam.
Well, I believe for it to be an overtime jam, our period clock would have to expire, and since we have 1 second...
Well, the period clock did expire. I think that's a technicality so that they can restart the new jam. Yes, I think that also the right call to have it not be overtime rules. I was trying to be diplomatic, but I said, interesting. And now we have an official timeout yet again. We're going to make sure we get it right. Clash of the Stripes. We seem to have some officials making sure that we get it right.
Of course, everything on the line with this last jam. So officials checking, rechecking, discussing everything, wanting to make sure that they absolutely get it right, because we know people will be up in arms if the wrong decision gets made.
Can you hear what they're chanting on the backstretch?
Of course.
I thought they were
Everybody
saying,
wants one more jam.
oh, is that it? One more jam? I thought they were saying, not an overtime jam. I think that's a curious chant. But here it is, one more jam. It is a power start. Fish swims through the pack at turn number 1.
New World Order holding Wyatt at bay. That'll leave Whitney Plummer on his own. Plummer with the force out, but Fish comes
picks up
back
a
in.
penalty.
That'll give Fish lead. Worthy serving the remaining seconds in his penalty box. That'll give Fish the chance to get a scoring pass underway, bringing this to a lead. So Worthy will have to fight for his initial pass.
Worthy smartly takes the short way around the track. That's a lead change.
That's
Worthy's
a lead change.
completed the initial.
Fish looking
Fish calls
for
it off.
the approval from the crowd. Calls it off. Manchester going wild on their bench. Our official final looks, or an unofficial final looks like 163 to 159.
Now, Golden State does have an official review. Manchester does have an official review.
And it
Both
looks
teams
like-
have 30 seconds to register it.
Looks like it may
Referees
be
are skating
used.
off the track. No one has made the sign yet.
We don't have the official, unofficial sign at the bottom. Oh, there's
There it
the
is.
rolling whistle. That means Manchester will come out.
So both games today have ended with a lead change in the very last jam.
Absolutely. Some exciting derby action on this wonderful Sunday here in Denver, Colorado, bringing that mile-high magic.
Yeah, not an upset, but a thrilling conclusion here. Got some great roller derby coming up. Denver, Southern Discomfort, then Texas, Vancouver, then St. Louis, Magic City. Teams are taking their victory laps right now. I think it's a time we do a little sign-off. What do you say?
That sounds about right. If you're going to join us for the next game, you're going to have to see my face again.
Oh, they get to see your face again.
Absolutely.
You are watching 5 on 5 Media. Don't go anywhere else. Come on back in just a little bit for Denver versus Southern Discomfort. On behalf of ace producer Brad Example and my co-announcer Sonia Blade, I am Bobby Narco. And of course, the inimitable and irreplaceable Leslie Nope. I am Bobby Narco wishing you peace, love, and roller derby.